Hi guys. Hopefully I'm live everywhere. I think this worked out. Wow, how about that, guys? Okay, good morning. My name is Nat, and I blog at Country Design Style, but today a chalk couture. I'm kind of adjusting my screen here for just a moment. Okay, I actually have eyes for you guys. Okay, so stumbling over those things behind you is what this project is about. This is a Chalk Couture project, so I am doing it on my Chalk Couture Facebook group page, and I'm also doing it on just my personal YouTube page. So I know I don't have many followers over there, but hopefully these followers will grow. Okay, so Chalk Couture, some of you, this might be new, especially those over here as I'm pointing over here. These people might be new. And I do have filming up above, but this is, I love this saying. This is the transfer. That's what they're called. It's kind of like silk screen. Don't stumble over something behind you. And especially right now, we're going to get out of this crisis soon, and we want to make sure that we go forward and don't stumble over the things behind us that we went through this. So it will come out in the end, I promise. Okay, but when I first saw this, I was thinking about high school days. And I think I did that, and not because I stumbled over high school. I mean, there was no problem there. I was kind of quiet and, just went through high school. But I think the reason that I thought about high school is there's been all these high school pictures popping up on Facebook because the students, the seniors right now, are not getting their senior pictures. And so people are putting up their senior pictures from, some of them a long time ago, and mine would be from a long time ago. And I really hadn't thought about my senior picture or anything, but the other day my brother found mine and sent it to me. And so it kind of made me laugh. And I thought, well, because this is the things behind us, I thought I'm going to pick some paste colors to do this. And I know some of you over here, this might be new, and I'll explain this more. But I picked paste colors. In high school, my favorite color of all time was green. So I love this color. It's eucalyptus. It's exactly the color of a eucalyptus plant. They did a good job of naming it. So welcome. If you tune in, let me know. Leave a comment. And I tell people that because sometimes when I'm doing these live videos, I will leave additional information and comments. And if you too leave a comment, sometimes Facebook, I'm not sure about YouTube, but they will let you know that someone left a comment, and they'll give you that added information on this. Now, I also picked cadet because also in high school, I wore a lot of blue. It was blue jeans. Every single day, I wore blue jeans, bell bottoms, the hip huggers with the zipper about that long. So I thought in order, to kind of just kind of play on that a little bit, the things behind you, and the fact that I got to see my senior picture. Wow. And I will be sharing it on my Facebook at some point. So I'm open. I'll share it out there. It's no big deal. Okay. So if you're new to Chalk Couture, these are called transfers. These are not stencils. And the difference between them, and I know a lot of people over on Facebook watching will know this. These are sticky back. They are reusable, just like your stencils are. You do clean them just like you do your stencils. But instead of having holes in where these letters are, that is actually kind of a silk. So it's more like silk screen instead of stenciling. In fact, it's a lot like silk screen. And I remember when I was young adult working down a couple of doors from us was a young lady, beautiful lady, had a silk screen place, and I used to just be so fascinated with it because they would do t-shirts and caps and that type of stuff, but just how fast they were doing it, and they moved that ink across those screens and everything. I could watch that for hours. Didn't get much work done, but I watched them for a lot of time. Now, this is a new transfer, so I'm going to bring YouTube down just a little bit so you can see my table more. Okay, this is my surface that I'm going to use. It looks just like a chalkboard, and it acts just like a chalkboard, but this is actually a Chalk Couture surface. But you can use this on a plethora of surfaces. Almost anything that the chalk can go on, almost anything except fabric, it's not going to go on very well, but they do make an ink that will go also on fabric. So if you do want to do a fabric project, you can do that way. And you'd use the same one. Just use it on, whoops, I got a little fuzz on there, a little extra fuzz. Now, because these are super sticky, I want to be able to get this up, and this is brand new. It's the first time I've used it. So I'm adding a little bit of fuzz from this terry cloth towel. It's a Chalk Couture towel, but any bath towel will work. Okay, I'm going to put this on. Now, before I do, I'm going to throw it around a little bit. Okay, before I do, dropped it. I want to talk about your colors here for just a minute. Now, this green is a light color, and I'm putting it on this dark surface, so it's going to work out fine. One thing I learned from the very beginning, and it's just basically, you know, if you've got a dark color, this blue is going to not show up as well. It will show, it's fine, but I'm just going to use a little bit less of it and a little bit more of the green. So that it that blue will just kind of blend in and pop with the green. Now I'm doing something today. It's called a messy project, where I put different colors and just blend them all together. Now I want to do this upside down so you guys can see it. I could just do it with one color. They make a ton of colors. White and on this here will look just like a beautiful chalkboard. It's amazing how beautiful it comes out. And then one thing I want to mention is as it dries, it does dry quickly, but when it does dry, if you rub your hand over this surface, this is very smooth surface, but after it's dried and everything and you rub your hand over it, you can feel the texture of the surface. It actually gives a chalk. This is actually chalk that's just in a paste form. Okay, so I am going to use a little stir stick. These, you can get these at Chalk Couture. They're great. They're handy. They're very inexpensive. Wash them over and over again. If they get too grubby, just throw them away, but I just keep washing mine. And you can either put it on with this, or you can use the little squeegee. They're not applied with paint. You do need a squeegee to get it to work well. Okay, and a little dab goes a long way. I just noticed I dropped a little bit of dried from when I opened the jar. I'm going to move that out of the way. Okay, just dab a little bit around off the transfer, off the lettering first. I'm going to dab just a little bit. Now I put on way too much, but that's okay because I can scoop it back in and put it right back in the jar. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead, open it over here in case I get those little crumbs. You know, when you open up any paint or anything, sometimes you get the crumbs from the edges. That's what had happened. And I need to clean up my edges here sometime. Now the blue, I mean, this is a rich, rich color of blue. I'm just going to put a little bit in there to kind of blend in with the colors and stuff, with the green. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close the lid on this. And actually, I'm going to close the lid on this. I am going to use all of this now that I think about it, because this, again, is called the messy technique. And it's messy because I'm going to end up blending these colors all together on here using my squeegee. So as I scrape across, I don't want to put it back in and contaminate my paste with other colors. So I'm just going to wipe it off on a paper towel. Okay, and then when you're doing this, you just squeegee across and just blend. Just blend that all together. Just let it be messy. Let that paste and that paint just do whatever it wants to do. Now I can already tell that blue is such a strong color that that little bit of blue is really dominating it. And just keep going over it and then start wiping it off as you go. Make sure the transfer is completely covered. But yeah, that blue is really dominant on there. This is so relaxing. I tell you what, if you need some time to just sit quietly and craft, this is wonderful project, and it's a wonderful technique, and it's nice because it is kind of peaceful, and just, it kind of brings you back down, but yet you only really need a jar of paste, a squeegee, something to put it on, and a transfer, and you're good to go. And again, they are reusable. Now I'm going to peel this up and see what I've got. It looks like a big mess right now, right? Okay, when I peel it up, it's very, very sticky. So you want to peel it up side to side or top to bottom so that you can get that over. Oh, I love that. Now I am putting this in a jar, in a pan of water. It's just a little cake pan. I got about a ½ inch of water. I put it in upside down so that goes ahead and stays wet and doesn't dry too much in the surface. But look at that. I'm going to show YouTube over here. Isn't that gorgeous? Now see what I mean by the blue on that dark surface? If I had done that all in that blue, it wouldn't have popped off quite as much. So a mixture of that little bit of green just makes that pop off. And I think it looks wonderful. So I'll be leaving comments down below. If you're interested in any of these projects, I'll give you a link for you to be able to look at them, be able to, you order them, you send them straight to your house. Very, very easy and very, very creative and reusable, which is really awesome. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. These are going to be short, 15-minute, kind of a quick little thing to tips and also quick little projects. So I'll do these Monday through Friday at 8:30. So I hope you guys follow and watch me. Let me get YouTube back up here. Hi. Okay. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you on Monday at 8:30 in the morning. Bye, everybody.